Hello guys, welcome back. Now here in this session we'll talk about GL setting. Okay. So now if we talk about the GL setting, then we'll see what configurations we are going to do here and the control, all the control by those configurations. These are all things we are going to see in detail. Okay. Now if we talk about GL setting guys, here, so if you have a look in my previous all the example, right? So I have put it certain entries, certain transactions. Like let's suppose if there is any rent related transaction has taken place. So here rent account is going to be debited and bank account is going to be credited. This is the transaction which is going to be posted by users. Okay. Now, okay. So let's suppose this is rent account and bank account. This is rent account is a GL account, and this is another GL account. So now if we talk about rent related transaction guys, say for example Tata Motor is having multiple offices. Tata Motor is having multiple offices. So what will happen guys in this case? So here every month multiple rent related transactions are going to be posted. Multiple rent related transactions are going to be posted. So here if we talk about rent GL account, there is always use of this GL account. If we talk about bank GL account, then that is also going to be used every time. So what happened? So first of all, we have to set up this rent and bank GL. Okay, we have to create this GL account. We have to create this GL account. And then what will happen guys? Once this GL account got created into SAP, then we can use it for transaction posting, right? So creation, look at here guys, the creation is one time activity. Once we have created this, then what will happen? We can use it lifelong. In the sense, once we have created the rent GL, we can use it lifelong. Once we have created bank GL, right, we can use it lifelong. So in the sense for transaction posting, once you have created this rent GL account, then on regular basis it can be used for transaction posting, right? What kind of data are there guys? Then this rent is called, so rent GL account, this GL account, bank GL account, right? As I said, it is one time setup, right? So here this rent GL account will be called here master data. Okay, bank GL account, master data. It means all the GL account which is going to be created, that is called master data. Okay, what is this master data guys? Master data is one time creation, one time setup. Okay, now after setting up this GL account, let's suppose rent account debit and bank account credit. So what happened? Let's suppose we have paid a rent to a particular, like let's suppose entity worth of 10,000. So this amount is going to be debited, same amount is going to be credited. So what is called this guys? This is called, it's a transaction. So this is also a data. This is called transaction data, right? If you see here, rent GL account balances, this amount will show. See bank, this amount will show, right? So what happened? If we talk about master data, so that is one-time setup. I'll show you how to set up this GL master. GL account is also called GL master. Okay. So when we set up GL account, it is a master data because it is one-time setup. Once we have created this GL account, then it can be used lifelong. Okay. So creation, look at here, master data is one-time creation. What about transaction data, guys? It's a continuous activity. On a regular basis, transactions are going to be posted. Okay, this is what the difference. Now, so rent account debit and bank account credit. So first of all, we have to set up the GL account, then only you can debit or credit. Okay, it means the GL account must be set up. So what we have to do in order to set up this GL account, first of all, we have to do certain configurations. Certain configurations we are going to do, guys. Which configurations? We'll see here. So first of all, we have to create a chart of account. What is this chart of account? Right? So first of all, we have to create chart of account. COA. COA stands for chart of account. Now, if you talk about chart of account, guys, a pretty simple definition of chart of account is that it's a list of GL account. It's a list of GL account. It means if you are able to remember, like which one, guys? Financial statement, sorry, field status variant. Okay, field status variant. Field status variant. Okay, now field status variant is having certain control. It controls the fields, right? But within that field status variant, we have multiple field status group, right? We are having multiple field status group within the field status variant. See, when I explain something, guys, now what happened? If you are able to visualize that screen, then understanding will be quite easy. At this point of time, I can expect that it's a bit difficult to visualize all the screens, but that's what I say is like practice is going to make you, perfect. Okay, so practice is required so that at least you will be able to visualize the screen. Okay, I'm able to. When I say field status variant, immediately the field status variant screen appears in front of my eye. So I become very comfortable to explain these things, right? If I'm unable to imagine something and then without imagination, if I'm going to explain something, then in that case, I myself will not be comfortable and confident. And that is what is happening in several cases, guys. I have seen in the market, like somebody is explaining something, right? I saw recently there was a video related to interview question and answer. And when the faculty was explaining that the question, he himself was not confident. He himself, the kind of the things he was simply studying the PPT and all, right? So if himself is not clear about this question and all, how what he is going to answer, right? So it means, so that's what I am saying in the sense, like it means like when I explain something, I am able to visualize the screen. In the same way, when you guys, when I talk about this field status variant, then a picture should appear in front of your eye also. Okay. So right now I can understand that for most of you, maybe the picture is blur image might be coming, but it's okay because we are in beginning only, right? We started just now. We can say we have done enterprise structure and basic setting. There are many more topics are yet to come. Whatever configurations we have done, that can be covered in a single class, okay, or max to max two classes. Okay, so field status variant. So field status variant means within the field status variant, we are having multiple field status groups. And even if you want to create another field status group, that is also possible. You can set up a new field status group also. So all the field status groups are going to be set up against where? Against that particular field status variant. Okay. So what is this field status variant? We can say that this field status variant is nothing but list of field status group also. List of field status group we can say, because all the field status groups are getting created under this field status variant, right? So list of field status group, maybe we have created around, say for example 70 field status group if we have created against this field status variant. And if this field status variant assigned to your company code, let's suppose this is our company code. So if you assign this one field status variant against this company code, it means all the 70 field status group automatically assigned, because these all 70 field status group we have created against this field status variant. And if this field status variant itself is assigned to this company code, so we can say that all the field status groups are assigned against this company code, right? Why I am explaining this, guys? There is a relation here. Okay, so try to understand. Now, so hope this one is clear. Now, the same thing is applicable in terms of chart of account. In terms of chart of account. Okay. Now, so how to set up? Anyway, that is I'm going to explain. Why to set up that we need to know. What is the use of this chart of account? Why do we set up this chart of account? What is the benefit of setting up the chart of account? Isn't it? So that I am trying to explain. So chart of account is nothing but list of GL account. Okay. Now, why do we set up this chart of account? I'll tell you guys. Why do we set up chart of account? So here I said like, or else like just. So chart of account is also I said list of GL account. Okay. Chart of account is list of GL account. So if I have to set up, let's suppose client is saying that total 800 GLs are there. Okay, total 800 GL accounts are there. If the client says that total 800 GL accounts are there, okay, all the GL accounts are going to be set up against this particular chart of account. Okay, this particular chart of account. Now what will happen? And so all the GL accounts are getting set up against this particular chart of account. And chart of account, so GL accounts are getting created against chart of account, and chart of account is assigned to this company code. Okay, so automatically you can say that these all GLs are going to be used by this company code. Same logic, based on same logic, guys. Right? That is another benefit. So what is the benefit? Why not to create this GL account directly against the company code itself, right? What is the benefit to creating this GL account against startup account and then assigning this startup account to the company code? That is the question. So look at here, multiple field status groups are there. Why to create this field status group against a field status variant and then assign this variant to the company code, right? Can't we create this field status group directly against company code? Okay. So no, the reason behind is, so there is a benefit, guys. All the 70 field status groups are already set up against this field status variant. Or else, if 70 field status groups are going to be created against this company code, so 70 time assignments are happening, right? That is the one thing. Here what is happening, all 70 got created against one field status variant. And that variant itself we have linked with the company code. So what is happening, all 70 got linked with this company code. In the same way, 800 GL accounts got created against this startup account, and this startup account itself is assigned to the company code. It means all this 800 GL can be used by company code. The next benefit is here, let's suppose we go for rollout. This is implementations. If you go for rollout, okay, make it short configuration. If we go for rollout, so in this case for Tata Steel, then what will happen? The same field status variant can be assigned to Tata Steel also. So what will happen, guys? So this time, what is happening? All the 70 field status group which is created against this field status variant. Now what is happening? All this 70 got assigned to Tata Steel also. It can be used by Tata Steel also. The benefit, likewise, 800 GL account we have created for Tata Motor. When you talk about Tata Steel, guys, whatever the GLs are there, even those GLs can be used by the similar GL we need to set up for Tata Steel also. Rent GL, bank GL, audit fee GL, salary account, multiple GLs are there. Okay. So what will happen? 800 GL we have created during this Tata Motor implementations. Now what will happen, guys? So this 800 we have created against this startup account, and startup account is assigned to the company code. Later we go for rollout for Tata Steel. So we have to set up again certain GL accounts. If you assign the same startup account to Tata Steel also, so by default, these 800 GL can be used by Tata Steel also. Okay, not directly, guys. In that, like later we have to do certain extension, in the sense company code segment must be extended. That is a different thing. But here, just I'm explaining the benefit. Why to set up GL account against startup account? All the GL account whichever are going to be created, those GL accounts are getting created, let's suppose, against startup account. So this is why we say that chart of account is nothing but list of GL account. And if same chart of account is assigned to multiple company code, then by default these GLs are available for other company codes also. Okay, you'll be getting more clarity, guys, once I set up this practically. Once we post certain transactions practically, I can understand that multiple questions will be there in your mind. So anyway, that you guys can ask, don't worry. But let me explain this. Okay. Now, so this is what the benefit of creating this GL account against this chart of account, so that this chart of account can be assigned to other company codes also. And in this way, what is happening, guys? These GL accounts will be available for other company codes also. So chart of account is a list of GL account. How to set up this chart of account, I'll let you know. Now, this is the one thing. What next? Okay, what next? The next one is, again, I'll tell you guys, chart of account is having certain types also. Certain types also is there, guys, but don't worry. Again, that you will be getting in the form of interview question and answer, because explaining this here is like nothing I can explain practically here, because we are in the, like, we started just now, isn't it? So don't worry about this. So simple chart of account is this one. Okay, and I think said, like, interview question and answers, very exclusive thing, guys, for you all, in the sense all this live class student, right? Here, see, the thing is, like, interview question and answers, that is also I'm creating, and then I'm making from this, what is the topics only. Of course, certain unique things are also there, because everything is not possible to cover in the live session, right? That is why certain things I explain in the form of interview question and answer, so that, and at that point of time, if I'm going to explain something, so here the thing is, like, entire syllabus and everything is covered. So at that point of time, your understanding will be like a very pretty good understanding will be there, because already you have seen all these topics, right? That is the strategy, to record certain things separately and exclusively. That is for you people, right? This is how, if I say, like, success ratio is 100% because of that. So don't worry. Now, that also will come into picture, but still time is there. Now, so we are talking about chart of account. Then we have, like, so chart of account. Now we have account group. Now what is happening, guys? What is the use of account group? So let me delete these things. So I said, first of all, we have created, or else, like, I'll just do one thing. Let me delete these. Okay. I said that we have created this GL account. GL accounts are going to be set up against chart of account. So guys, GL accounts are not going to be set up directly against chart of account. Okay. Now, in between, again, certain account group also will come into picture. What is the use of this account group? Okay. Now, see, if we talk about this 800 GLs, right? If you talk about this 800 GL, this all 800 GLs will have, like, different. It falls under different category. Okay. Certain GL may be expense related GL. Certain GL may be revenue related GLs. When you talk about certain gain, right? Like, let's suppose, if there is any GL related to sales, right? So all these sales related GLs are, that comes under revenue. If you talk about, like, any like interest received, or some any such kind of income or gain related GLs are there, that is the part of revenue, right? In the sense, we are getting something. Expense, let's suppose we are paying rent, we are paying salary, we are paying fuel expenses, we are paying audit fees, right? So multiple such kind of GLs are there. These all are in expenses. These all are an expenses, guys, for the organizations. So these kind of GLs are related to expense. So revenue related GLs are there. Expense related GLs are there. Certain GLs, let's suppose if we talk about bank account. Bank account means what, guys? It is assets, right? Because in bank account, Tata Motor money will be there. So of course that is assets. So all the bank related GL, because bank means not a single account, guys. Tata Motor will be having multiple bank account, guys. So multiple GL we have to set up. All this bank related GLs, that falls under which category, guys? So asset. Let's suppose we are having certain GL which is like, so bank related, that is assets. Cash GL, assets. If we talk about multiple other GLs like account receivable, right? Receivables, whatever these receivables are there, these all are assets. Likewise, we are having payables. Okay, so all the payables are liability. Receivables and payables will come into picture later in what to say, this one, account payable and account receivable. So that is our liability. Okay. Now then you'll be having, like, let's suppose so certain GL, like whatever the loans are there, whether it is long-term loan, short-term loan, all comes under liability only, isn't it? Multiple EMIs are getting paid every month, so that is going to be posted. Those transactions are getting posted. So first of all, we have to set up certain GL account for that. So whatever this liability related GLs are there, this is a separate category. Whatever asset related GLs are there, that is a separate category. Whatever revenue related GLs are there, that is a separate category. Whatever expense related GLs are there, that is a separate category, right? So all this 800 GLs are from different categories, right? Based on the nature of the GL account, we can categorize those GL account. So now certain GLs falls under this category, certain GL falls under this category, certain GL falls under this category, and again certain GL falls under this category. Okay, so what happened, guys? Account group. What is the use of account group? Okay, so first of all, account group, look at here. Okay, so account group, generally what is happening, guys, it is going to group similar nature of GL account, right? This account group is going to group together this similar nature of GL accounts, right? Now, apart from this, when you create the GL account, certain fields are appearing. When we set up GL account or so-called GL masters, then certain fields are appearing. The way we have seen, like I have explained, field status variant, that is going to control certain fields. Which fields, guys? The fields which appears at the time of transaction posting. Don't be confused. Here itself, people are getting confused. Why? Because of 2-minute, 3-minute explanations are there. And in that case, like, people are not having in-depth, like, proper idea. So I've seen multiple times people are getting confused. They don't know what is the, like, difference between account group and field status variant. So I'll tell you. Field status variant control the fields. Which fields? The fields which appears at the time of transaction posting. Here now account group also, these are account groups. Okay, this is a different group where certain group of GLs are there. This is a different group where certain group of GLs are there. Likewise, all are different group. Okay, we can create another group also, other. Okay, so whatever remaining GLs are there, let's suppose that can be created under this group also. So what is the use of this account group, guys? So similar nature of GL accounts, like that account group is going to group together similar nature of GL account. And another benefit is that this account group controls the fields also. Which fields? The fields which is appearing at the time of creation of GL account, that is getting controlled by account group itself. So this is what the control is. This is what the control is, right? People know how to set up account group, but they don't know what is the control. Why are we setting up this account group? What is the benefit? So, of course, like whatever the similar nature of GL accounts are there, that is going to be created against a particular account group, and this account group controls the fields of that GL account. In the sense, like whatever fields are appearing, so certain fields I have explained, like the field could be optional. Certain field client says that make it required entry. Certain field they will say that kindly remove it. So where is the control? Those controls will be there at account group level only. I'll show you practically. Don't worry. Don't be confused. Okay. Now, so account group controls the fields of master data. I mean to say GL accounts right now. Okay. Even account group will come into picture later also, guys. At the time of account payable also, at the time of account receivable also, we have to set up different account group. So right now we are talking about GL account group. Okay. So this is the what the use of account group. All the GL first of all. Now what is happening, guys? Earlier I said that GL accounts are going to be created against chart of account. But now I said GL accounts are getting created against account group. Right? So I'll tell you guys, don't worry. So generally, GL account, of course, it is going to be created against this account group, and these account groups are going to be set up against chart of account. It means already account groups are going to be linked with chart of account, right? So account groups are set created against chart of account, and GL account got created against account group. So can't we say that GL account got created against chart of account? Yes, we can say. Simple concept is there, guys. A equals to B and B equals to C. It means A equals to C. Mathematics, if you guys are able to remember, right? 10th standard. A equals to B, B equals to C. It means A equals to C. Chart of account, right? So GL account got created against account group, and account group got set up or created, you can say, against chart of account. So you can say that this GL account is created against chart of account, right? So now these are, let's suppose total 1100 GL we have created against these account group, and all account group is assigned to a single chart of account. It means all this 1100 GL we have created against a single chart of account. This is what the concept here. Theoretically I'm explaining, practically also I'll show you guys first of all. So try to understand this logic. Creation is just a matter of 5 minutes. Explanations takes 50 minutes, right? Okay. Now, see, there are multiple things which is getting entered in your mind slowly, even after this much explanations, right? So you think if I don't explain, then what will happen? Now, so this is what the use of account group. Account group means it is a group of similar nature or similar kind of GL account. What next, guys? It controls the fields which appears at the time of creation of GL account, in the sense of whatever these GL accounts are there. So for this GL account, whatever the fields are there, those fields are getting controlled by account group itself. Apart from this, when you set up a GL account, right? So how you will come to know something like a rent account is there, bank account is there. Let's suppose there is, so at the time of transaction posting, what will happen, guys? Rent is going to be debited, bank is going to be credited. So are we going to enter this name, rent account, bank account? No. If rent account GL, bank account GL, let's suppose there is a GL account, the name of that GL is having like 40 character length. Okay. So are we going to type all the name? No. So instead of that, what happened? There will be a GL code. Let's suppose I've given code number 4000. That is for red GL. Code number 1000. That is the code for bank GL. Okay. So simply we are going to use this GL codes. Okay. GL code. So when you create a GL account, okay, when you set up the GL account, what is happening? We have to set up this GL code also, and at the time of transaction posting, when somebody says rent account debit, instead of typing rent account, they'll type this GL code itself. It will be pretty simple. That is why in SAP, if you talk about configurations of any module, guys, multiple codes are there, right? But these codings are not the technical coding. Technical coding is pretty different, guys, which we as a functional will not be having like much understanding about those things, because that is totally technical. And these codings are functional codings, guys. This is pretty simple. Behind this coding, certain logics are there, and you guys will be able to understand. Okay. So rent is having certain code, bank is having certain code, in the sense certain GL code, right? In the sense GL account number. Okay. So first of all, it is fields of GL accounts are getting controlled by this account group. Apart from this, when I say about GL code, it means GL account number, right? So what should be like asset, liability, revenue, expenses, right? So even we can give certain range also here, that whichever the asset related GLs are going to be created, those for those GL, this is the range. Okay. It means those GLs are going to be created from this range. For liability, what is happening, guys? This range. Let's suppose 1000, 2000 to 2999. Likewise, here revenue 3000 to 3999. So what is happening, guys? Look at here, 4000 to 4999, right? And here 5000 to. Okay, what is the benefit? So benefit is, now look at here. So every GL is having a GL code. Now here what happens? Assets, liability, revenue, expense, and others. For all asset related GLs are having certain GL code, and the first number starting from 1. So we can say all the 1 series GL code are asset accounts, falls under this group, right? All the 2 series GLs are liabilities. All the 3 series GLs are revenue, 4 series GLs are expenses, and so on and so forth, right? So here, by looking at the code of the GL, in the sense by looking at the GL number itself, people will come to know whether it is assets, liability, revenue, or expenses, or others, right? So this number ranges. Okay, first of all, we have to put this restrictions also, that when asset related GLs are going to be created, it must falls under this range, in the sense like that GL account must be from this range. All the liability related GLs are must be in this range, right? Likewise. So here, this is called number range. So this number ranges are also getting controlled by this account group only. Account group only. So look at here, guys. Okay, all the GL accounts are getting created against different account group, and this account group is already assigned to the chart of accounts. Account group we have set up against chart of account. So we can say GL accounts are getting created against chart of account. Okay, these account groups are having certain control, guys. Account group control the fields of the GL account, or GL master you can say. Account group also controls the number ranges. Okay, this is what the logic. We'll see this practically, as I said, don't worry. Okay, then we have retained earning account and creation of GL account. A retained earning account we are not going to do here, guys. We are not going to assign any account here. Retained earning account is having certain logic, but again, at this point of time, it is not possible. Right now, in a single line, I'll say, guys, whatever the P&L accounts balances are there, that is going to be carry forwarded against this retained earning account, but logic is not possible to explain right now. So this we are going to do, this setting we have to do as a mandatory settings. Okay, what does it mean, guys? Mandatory setting means certain settings are going to be done right now. Logic you guys will be able to understand later. Okay, because once we proceed further, multiple transactions are getting posted and all. At this point of time, we have to set up this as a mandatory setting, because if you don't perform this configurations, then what will happen, guys? Later on, we are going to face certain error. Okay, that is why. So retained earning account setting we are going to do as a mandatory setting, and then after we have to create the GL account. Once these three settings are done, then we can set up the GL account. Once we set up the GL account, then we can post the transactions. And once we post the transactions, then whatever the basic settings I have explained, guys, once again, I can show those controls and the usage of those things practically. Okay. Now, so that everything is like practically, if you guys see, then what is happening, guys, your understanding will be clear. Now, so let me log in here first of all. Okay, so let me log in first. Okay, so first of all, we have to create a chart of account. Go to OV13 transaction code and create a chart of account. Okay, new entry. So here, first of all, a chart of account code. I'm going to give a code. Let's suppose. So the POA can we give, or just like give EM22 itself, the same code. Okay, and here let's suppose data motor, chart of account. Let's suppose now language here, simply you press E, and just E means English, we have to select length. So length, what is happening, guys? You keep 0 4 digit length we are going to keep. Okay. Generally what happened in real time, what is the length? So in real time till now, as per my experience, the minimum length, like when you talk about my implementations, right? So the minimum length like I have kept is for certain organizations that is minimum 6 digit, even 8 digit length also was there, and maximum 10 digit length will be there. Okay. Now, there might be a question in your mind that, and of course after this session, once I stop the recording, then you guys are going to, like, you'll be asking multiple questions, isn't it? Once again, as I said, like, guys, recording those your queries and all, because it's going to be longer, the videos are going to be longer, your queries are going to be like, once it is answered, most of the things are going to be clear, and slowly, as I said, like, multiple sessions are there, so that is going to be clear. That is why I don't record these queries and all now. So here what I said, there might be a question in your mind that what will happen, like, let's suppose if I have to create more GL under asset account group. So I have given, like, this is the number range, right? So I'll tell you guys, in real time it won't be like this. In real time, minimum, as I said, minimum 6 digit will be there. So now look at here. Okay, how many GL accounts are going to be created for an organization? So maybe 1000, right? 1200, 1400, 1500, 2000. If it is a very big organization which is having multiple company code, 2500, maybe 3000, right? So look at here, whatever number range I have given here, right? Even that itself is not going to be consumed, because even 3000, 4000 means all this 3000, 4000 GLs are not going to be created under one category itself. Those 4000 overall GL accounts I'm talking about. So those 3000 GLs are going to be created under different segments, different account group. So here we are having already 1000 till 6000, right? So that's what I'm saying, that even, but as I said, like, minimum length will be 6 digit. So that 6 digit means huge. That is not going to be consumed even in 100 years also, isn't it? Okay. So now here, equivalent 4 digit here. Okay. Now, and nothing apart from this, no need to do anything. Okay. In this group chart of account, don't do anything, guys. Don't enter any code here. Okay. Because as I said, like, you don't know the logic behind group chart of account. I haven't explained anything here, right? Don't make any experiment. Don't give any code here. And don't apply any check mark here. Log means, if you apply check mark, then what is happening? It means this is going to be, this entire chart of account itself is going to be blocked. There is a logic behind that. Okay, so you won't be able to set up any GL account. Okay, so don't do anything. Press enter and save it. So right now we have created chart of account. What next, guys? So this chart of account, first of all, we have to assign against the company code also. Assignments, go to OB62. Check what is your company code, click on positions. Position is going to be used to search certain things, right? So you click on position and then give your company code here. And what is the chart of account? The chart of account is also TM22 only. Okay. Now here only you have to assign. This is having a different logic again. This is called country chart of account. So as I said, like, it is not possible to explain right now. So don't assign here. Here you have to give. Okay. And these are the optional, guys. Group chart of account, country specific chart of account. Of course, in 1 or 2% of the cases, it is going to be used. So we have to talk about the standard, right? Standard means all 95% of the things are standard only. 5%, 4%, 3%, 2% are like unique, of course. But first of all, we have to talk about standard. This is how you guys are going to become a consultant. And if you know all the standards, and you'll be able to work on any kind of project, no matter whether it belongs to India, Australia, UK, US, whatever it is. Right? Now you assign your chart of account here and just save it. So what we have done, we have created a chart of account and that we have assigned with the company code. Two things we have done. Then creation of account group. Now look at here. I said our chart of account is TM22. So first of all, we have set up the chart of account. Okay, that linked with the company code. Then we have to set up. This account group. Okay. So what is our like? Okay, this is called account group. Okay. Give certain code, 4-digit code. Set. Then liability, revenue, expense, and other together. And our chart of account. Chart of account is TM22. So now, okay, and this chart of account is already linked with company code. And this is our CC. CC means company code. Okay. Now, so what we have to do? OBD4, very famous T code, guys. Okay, OBD4. Multiple time you may need of this transaction code. That is why if you, and very few transaction codes we have used till now, right? So better to make a list of these transaction codes. It is going to be, it's needed, guys. I'll tell you later why it is needed. Now, first of all, click on new entry. We are going to set up. Okay. So look at here. First of all, whatever the account groups are there, guys, these are the 4 account groups. Okay. So what is happening? Here I'm going to enter. Even you can type manually also. So account group, these are the codes. Now here what is happening? You can give a descriptions. Asset. Okay, asset accounts. That this is liability accounts. Then revenue accounts. Right. Then here expense accounts. And then other accounts. Okay. Descriptions you can give. All these account groups are getting created against chart of account. Look at here. The assignment is there with chart of account. Okay. Try to remember this one. So I have assigned the chart of account. Same chart of account, guys. Right? It's not like different chart of account. Okay. So look at here. Account groups are getting created here. It is at the time of creation itself. We have done the assignments also. Now, so here, just make like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, right? And here 199, 299, 999 actually. 4,000 to 4,999 and 5,000 to 5,999. These are the from number and to number. Just copy and I'm going to paste here. So look at here, number ranges we have assigned. Okay, all 1 series yield is our asset. 2 series GLs falls under this category. 3 series GL, that is revenue. So if you see the GL code itself, what will happen, guys? You will be able to understand that if there is a GL, let's suppose if there is a GL which is having like 4005, that is the GL number. It means that is expense GL. If it is 3010, that is a revenue GL, right? 1020, that comes under assets, right? So what is happening? So this GL account number range is also where this number ranges we have given against. Look at here, this account group. So what I said, guys, press enter first, okay, and save it first. Okay. So what happened, guys? If you save it generally, because I know that some of you are going to use your smartphone internet. So in that case, what is happening, guys? That fluctuation will be too much in that internet. So what happened? If you don't do anything like for 3-4 minutes, right? Because you are watching the video and doing the practice, or is like, so here what happened? Like if you don't do any activity for 4-5 minutes, then automatically the connectivities are going to be broken. In that case, you have to log in every after 3 minutes and 4 minutes, right? But if you're using the broadband, then what is happening, guys? In that case, also automatically connectivity will be broken, but that duration is maybe after half an hour or after 40 minutes. It is going to be, in the sense, still for 30-40 minutes, if you don't do anything, then there might be a chances that connectivity is going to be broken and you have to log in once again. But smartphone internet, if you guys are going to use, your mobile internet, if you are going to use, in that case, what is happening, guys? If you don't perform any activity for 3-4 minutes, then automatically connectivity will be broken and you have to log in once again. Okay. When you touch this screen, immediately one small pop-up box will appear saying that server number, the server application ID will be there on that, right? It is. So in that case, you have to log in again. So always, guys, when you do certain configurations and all, don't leave it idle. Just save it first and then you proceed further. Okay. So what we have done, we have created account groups. Look at here the number ranges. Okay. So it is controlling the number ranges. What about the fields? How it is going to control the fields? You look at here. Double click on any account group. Double click. Look at here. Certain fields. The same way, the way we have seen for field status variant, in the same way, look at here. Double click on this account control, let's suppose. So here, look at here. The only difference is, if you talk about the field controls, so this is the field control for what? For GL account. GL account means your master data. I'll open one more screen. And here, OBC4. And this is for field control related to transaction data. In the sense, at the time of transaction posting, take anyone. Look at here. At the time of transaction posting, whatever these fields are there, right? These fields are getting controlled. So at the time of transaction posting, what is the difference? So transaction data field, we are having suppress, required, and optional. For master data, what is happening, guys? We have 4 options: suppress, required, optional, and there is one more optional called display. Display means what will happen? That field will be in display mode only. We can't do anything. I'll show this practically, don't worry, right? Everything's are going to be shown practically once, once I set up the GL account, that also I'll show how the fields are getting controlled. Once we post the transactions, then also I'll show how the fields are getting controlled, guys. Okay. So 4 options are there. So this field can be suppressed, required, optional, or display. So fields are getting, right now I'll not do anything. Okay. And so you practically don't do. Okay. So the fields are getting controlled by what? It is getting controlled by your account group. So what is the definition of account group, guys? Account group is nothing but the similar It's a group of similar types of GL account or similar nature of GL account. That is the one thing. Second thing about the control. So it controls the fields of GL account, right? Now it controls the number ranges also, right? In next session, we'll create the GL account and we'll see that. Okay, this is the things. Now, what next, guys? The next setting is your written earning. So you just do one thing. That's an OB 53. And here, first of all, you give your chart of account. So just now we have set up chart of account. Press enter. And here, chart of account means. Okay. So here, what we have to do, you give a required. This is a required setting, right? So I said P&L balances are going to be carry forwarded. So now here you give your X. Okay, that is P&L account type. There is a logic behind this also, but right now, as I said, it is a mandatory setting. What you have to do, you give X, and here you have to give certain account. But have we created any GL account? We have not created. So no need to give any account guys, because as I said, like this is a mandatory setting. Simply give X here and don't give any GL account here. You're not going to give any GL account. Keep it blank. We have not set up any GL account also right now, isn't it? Keep it blank and simply save it. Control S. If you save, then at bottom one warning message is appearing. At bottom, look at here, enter account. But warning message means we can skip this yellow color message. So how you can skip this message? Press enter. So look at here. Now it is going to be saved. Okay. Warning message means system was asking that give an account here, but no account we have created as of now. So we can't give any account. But yes, this must be set up as a mandatory setting, guys, right now, because if you don't set up this, then of course certain error we are going to receive. That is why we have done this setup right now itself. So what we have done, guys, so these are the major two settings which you guys need to know. Multiple questions can be asked by people from here and multiple other things also, because we are in beginning only, right? So the settings, in the sense whatever configurations are there, those configurations we have done. What next, guys? The next one is creation of GL account. How the GL accounts are going to be set up, that we'll see. Lots of things are there to understand, guys. Creating the GL accounts, matter of just 1 minute. In 1 minute, we can set up one GL account, maybe, or for you people, maybe 2 minutes you can set up one GL account. Not even 2 minutes also. In 1 minute itself, you guys also can set up a GL account, right? But we have to understand the logic, because you have to be different compared to other people, isn't it? So that's what. Now, okay, so now here we'll set up this GL account in next session, guys. So I'll stop the session here itself. That's all in this session.